Hi Zach, it's Thursday, and today we're talking about the American dream. The American dream! To be honest, I'm doing this for a class, but I think it's important to note that I'm doing this for a class, especially a social media project. What's interesting about it is that we're thinking about the American dream this week. I'm doing a project for a class so that I can achieve the American dream. But do any of us really know what the American dream is? I mean, what is the American dream? Is it a meritocracy myth? Is it something that we tell ourselves so that we can be motivated? Is it something that actually exists? Is it something that ever existed? Where did it come from? So in class, we read this book, Outliers, and in it it's pretty depressing. It tells you that the structure is responsible for where you get in life. What you do with your life has to do with the structure. So are we able to succeed with hard work anymore? Do all groups have the same ability to succeed for their lifetimes? Do they have social mobility? Do social structures support merit and mobility in the present time and in the future? And did they ever support merit and mobility? That's the question that we're asking. So basically, there are three schools of thought in sociology on this. One is structural functionalism. There aren't that many people around that actually believe in structural functionalism anymore, but they believe that hierarchy is a reward and that structures and status quo they are sustained by the hierarchy, which is natural. I don't know if I can support that. Then there's conflict theory, which says that the American dream is false consciousness, that resource struggle is rigged, and that there is critical analysis that needs to be done on the American dream at this point. Basically, we're all just living a lie. Then there's symbolic interactionism, which is comparative interactions, redefinition of the American dream and collective action. So I mean, basically, they want to redefine what the American dream actually is. Is it a state of happiness? Is it a state of, something other than material car, house, wife, husband, 2.5 kids, a dog, and a white picket fence? So the American dream is largely anecdotal. We hear these stories of how people have succeeded. They've come to the United States, or they were born in a low class, and then they rose to the top due to their hard work and their merit. That's all we hear. We hear about like Steve Jobs, and we hear about Barack Obama and all of these people, Cory Booker in the Senate. I mean, we hear about all these people who've worked hard, who've done their part, and now they are successful and they have achieved the American dream. But I mean, really, what is that? In the Sociological Imagination, written by C. Wright Mills, we're taught to see our personal struggles in the larger scheme of things as part of the struggle, or as part of the structure, instead of, just personal. Everything's part of the structure. Everything. So that's basically, the sociological imagination is supposed to teach us to look at the big picture as to why our lives are going the way that they're going. So if we have a sociological imagination, we can't accept that anecdotes are the actual way that life works. When we have books being written like A Call to Action by Jimmy Carter talking about violence against women, and The New Jim Crow, written by Michelle Alexander, about how we have mass incarceration in this country. And again, another book that Mills wrote that has been updated a bunch of times, The Power Elite. I mean, how that is about how the power in America is concentrated into these military powers, Wall Street, and executive powers in the White House, that nobody else really has that much power, which is kind of defeating. So is the American dream a myth? If anyone knows me personally, I am the biggest believer in all things American, but can we really accept that the American dream is functional in the 21st century? I don't think that we can. I think that we can accept that the American dream is necessary for the stability and sustainability of our country, of the system, of the social order, and of everything else that makes the United States what it is. But is it attainable? No, I think that's why it's called a dream. Not everybody can attain it, but I think that that's our job in the future, is to create policy that allows for more people to be able to have the American dream. It is written into our very founding documents: life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. That is in the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. Can we really sustain the American dream, which is that, with the current system? No, I don't believe we can. However, the goal is, as sociologists, I think, to create a better society to where that is more equal. Is that a lofty goal? Yes. Is it attainable? Maybe. Probably not. But is it our job? Is it our responsibility as Americans? Is it our responsibility as activists and sociologists? Yes. Thanks for listening, Zach, and I will see you on Tuesday.